Hello, Sagittarius. Ashley here. We're going to do your reading for the week of April 11th. So we're already halfway through April. Holy cow. We're going to look at this week, next week, and a little into the past, just to give me a general idea of what's been going on so I can better communicate what I'm feeling in the present and the future here. I like this. I feel like there's a lot of earthy energy showing up here. A lot about abundance, kind of taking care of business a little bit here. It does feel like there could be some things that you're kind of cutting out in order to make room for the things you want, right? So let's see what's going on with Sagittarius. Be sure to hit that like button, share, comment, subscribe. And if this is not your reading, check out your other placements. We have the Ten of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. The Tower, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Wands, the Empress. Look at that abundant energy. We've got the elephant here for last week. It says, open yourself to true abundance, and boom. So there's definitely been some sort of shift here with the Tower. Now the Empress here, the Ten of Cups. There's really good energy this past week. We have the Two of Pentacles and the World card here. So it does feel like you're kind of taking some action here, maybe making some difficult choices here in the future. But it does feel like it's geared towards, again, this growth, forward progress, wanting things to kind of get out of the way that no longer serve you so that you can make room for the things that will continue to support you, right? We do have quite a bit of swords energy here, Knight and Page of Swords, so it could be you get stuck in your head here a little bit about a choice, and it almost feels like the advice here is to stay grounded so that you can make the best choices. So we're going to look into that. Bottom of the deck, we have the Fool, the Five of Cups, the Devil, the Three of Wands. Yeah, it does feel like we're trying to get past and expand beyond maybe some past limitations, difficulties. You could even be dealing with some people in your environment here that have just not helped you to grow any further, right? So that's coming up a lot in the readings. That's in the astrology. So I'm not surprised to see that at all. All right, let's get into this and see what's really going on here. We have, in the past week, the Elephant Spirit. So we're not only talking about abundance here, but inevitably, when I see the elephant, we have wisdom, we have memory. We also have the removal of obstacles. And we did have the Tower show up here. But I feel that this is actually a really positive tower. Ultimately, most towers are, even if they're initially shocking and disruptive. But to me, this feels like a good tower. It's like a happy surprise here. So let's see. Ten of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords. And the Strength. So someone's actually coming forward with quite a bit of a statement here in the past. They've maybe tried to drum up the courage to tell you how they felt about you. With the Tower, we have the Four of Swords. Again, that's kind of like this blessing energy. and Judgment. So there could certainly be someone from the past coming forward and saying, I love you, Sagittarius. Could be dealing with a Leo. We've also got some air, some Taurus, Libra, and some Scorpio here. A lot of fixed sign energy for sure. For others, you know, it's kind of like this calling for you. If this isn't love with another person, it does feel like something's kind of calling you. Something is like you might have had an idea spark or just some synchronicities line up in such a way that you discovered something that you really want to move towards because it's going to offer you growth and abundance and, you know, just overall positive happiness here. So with the Empress, we have the Six of Cups. So definitely some soulmate energy here. And the Star. So yeah, somebody here wants to heal this connection with you. Aquarius also showing up here. And you can see, now this doesn't have to be a lover. It could be a friend from the past. This could also be a sibling. This could even be between children and parents, like adult children and parents. We also, you can see this very loving embrace going on here. So there's this desire to be gentle and open the heart here. So it does feel like that's, somebody came in with some maybe surprising communication here this past week. And again, for some of you, this could have just been like some sudden epiphany or conclusion you came to. So take it as it resonates. This week we have the Earth Guardian. It says, stay rooted and grounded. And he has this lovely, like, kind of dream catcher like web that he's holding here. So, wanting to make a pretty grounded choice here. We do have the Two of Pentacles. Maybe not get too light on your feet and float off into outer space, especially if this is like a super romantic gesture being made here. There's definitely somebody that came in here with a rush of their truth. It's just like they just really wanted to spill the beans and tell you how they felt. With the Page of Swords, we have the Six of Swords and the Six of Wands. This came up strongly in the Leo reading, and I believe your card showed up several times in the Leo reading, so you might want to check that out. But this theme of, you know, wanting to move things in a positive direction and kind of even investigating or remaining curious as to how to do that. I also kind of feel like if you're dealing with someone from the past, they watched you move on and just glow up. And they've noticed. So with the Knight of Swords, we have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, they're wanting to give to this. There's an offer here with the Six of Pentacles. They're wanting to give to this connection, and they love you. So with the Two of Pentacles, we have the King of Swords. Could be dealing again with an air sign, Aquarius in particular. And the Eight of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're trying to make the best decision, the most logical decision moving forward. It could even feel like their energy is really intense and powerful here, the way they're approaching you. And if that's the case, I actually feel like you're trying not to get too swept off your feet because you want to make good, solid decisions. So I see you doing that. I see you trying to look at this from all sides, logically, being the strongest, I would say. But it almost feels like you're just trying not to get too swept up in the in the intensity of their energy. Now this next week we have the community and the scythe. So there could very well be some people within your community or in your environment that you are trying to cut out in order to make room for something. This can also be about you trying to see what's within your environment or within the people that you interact with that you can benefit from. Like, how can you come to the best harvest, essentially? And if that means having to cut other things out, it looks like that's what you're determined to do. We have the Nine of Wands, the King of Wands, and the World here. Let's look at this. The Nine of Wands. We have the Tower. And the Hermit. With the King of Wands, okay, these both want to come out. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Fool. And with the World card, we have the Three of Wands and the World card. So it's kind of like stepping out of a cycle. You can see how she's like stepping through this victory wreath. Stepping out of a cycle and entering into a new one here. There could be some travel associated here. It could be that you're actually looking to move. We do have that community card, that environment card showing up here. So you're like, there could be actual travel involved here that you've been considering. Now I will say that it does appear that this person's re-entry, for some of you, this is someone from the past, for sure. The re-entry into your life kind of does shake you up a little bit, which makes sense that you're trying to stay logical here, because I actually feel like they're breaking those walls down. I do feel like you're still going to try and like step back and think about this, but ultimately you're this King of Wands here, Sagittarius, and it looks to me like you're really wanting to head in a growth direction. And it appears to me that this person you're dealing with wants to as well. We've got Virgo, Aries, and again, strong fixed sign showing up here, which is Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo. Now what's interesting is this scythe is actually a Knight of Pentacles here. So it does, you can see the diamonds. So it does sort of kind of talk about this tangible offer to take something and see it grow, right? The Knight of Pentacles holds the Ace of Pentacles in his hand. We also have the, where'd it go? With this community card, this is the Eight of Swords. So it's kind of this energy here. I kind of actually feel like you're not going to have a whole lot of opportunity to think about this for too long. If you're contemplating this decision still from last week, something shifts again. It's like you're kind of getting kicked out the door to make a move here. So heads up on that. A lot of change. With two towers showing up in your reading, there's change happening here. There's movement of all kinds. Eight of Swords, Eight of Wands, Six of Swords, Six of Wands. There's travel involved here, or at least movement. So it looks to me like altogether the best way to approach this is kind of from a practical standpoint. You can acknowledge your emotions, obviously. You can think about what the best steps are logically. but it does feel like there's this strong earth theme. So you actually want to see the growth. You want the proof in the pudding kind of thing. And it does feel like that's what this person's ready to offer. If you're ready to grow. It seems like you're both wanting the same thing. So you're like aligned in the way you're looking into the future and where you want it to go. So definitely a new beginning here after several endings have happened with the World here twice and the Fool. So I like this. It's expansive and it feels kind of fast moving. So there's some speed here. I hope that was helpful. And I will see you for next week's reading. Just a heads up that at the end of this week, we do have the full moon in Libra. So that's talking about relationship, which is clearly shown up here for you, Sagittarius. And with it being a full moon, there's some things there's like enlightenment, illumination showing up, and there's also this desire to remove things, to cut things out that don't serve moving forward. So, not shocked to see this theme coming up here for you, Sagittarius. I hope this reading helps to guide you through it. I will see you next time. Bye.